Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video we have this 2017 Toyota Highlander, and I'm going to show you how to install the front grille chrome delete for this vehicle. So this is how it looks before the installation, and this is how it looks after the installation. So we use the gloss black material, that way it matches with the color scheme of the vehicle, or the front grille. Link for the product will be down in the description below, but with that being said, let's get started with the video. So before we start the installation, we want to make sure we prep the panel. So just apply slip solution onto your microfiber towel, and then just clean off the panel, making sure we remove any contaminants that each section might have. And also something to remember is we want to make sure after we're done cleaning it, the whole panel is dry. We recommend a dry installation for every chrome install. Okay, so the first piece we're going to install is this section here. So basically whatever that is done on this piece, you would just rinse and repeat to the other side because they're both identical. So with this section here, all you want to do is just align the piece and making sure you're covering all of the chrome from the top and bottom. And then just follow along with the rest of the film, making sure you're covering everything else. And then any excess material that you have, you'll just trim off. So for this section here, you're going to notice the design of the chrome has these cutout edges where it makes like a shape where the film won't be able to tack down. So because of that, when you're installing this piece, you're going to need to make sure to trim off certain sections of the decal. That way the film tacks down and sits perfectly. So the cutouts that you're going to need to do for each section of this piece here, so for this one and the remaining pieces, is you're going to try to look for the body line or the little design that the chrome piece has. And whenever you find the edge, you just do the cutout wherever that piece of the edge is. So when you find the body line, find where the tip of the edge is, and wherever that edge is, just do a cutout going upward. That way the film is able to sit and tack down without having any creases or having any problems when tacking down to the curve. So you would do the same here. Look for the body line. So it's going to be somewhere here. And this one you're just going to do it sideways. That way the film sits and you bring it in and tack it down. Okay, and then once you do the cutouts, the next thing to do is just helping the film tack down to this curve here. So for every curve piece that we're going to go through, we're going to need to apply heat. That way the film tacks down to the curve. And once you finish installing the section here, the rest is just tacking down, making sure you're covering the chrome. And then towards the end, you just trim off any excess material. But before we trim off any excess material, we just want to make sure we secure all of the section of the chrome. So just apply heat all around. That way everything tacks down. And then just trim off the excess material. And you just rinse and repeat the same process that we did here for most of the pieces because they're all identical. So for this piece, we want to start off by tacking down each corner. That way you're able to align this center piece here. So you just want to match it as how the design is, and making sure when you're matching it, you're also giving yourself enough material to cover the top piece to cover the chrome. So roughly around there. Just do a pre-squeegee just to make sure that you're covering everything. If you see that it's covering everything, then you're good to go and you just install the rest. So just lift the film, work your way out to one end, making sure you're covering the chrome. Laying it down, this piece is going to get tacked down, and then so forth to this end. And now you just tack down everything. And you do the same cutouts for this section here, since it is the same curve as the one on top here. But first, just tack everything down before doing the cutout. So find the point of the body line, and then trim it off, and then tack it down. And then same for this side, find the point to the body line, and then trim it off, and then going sideways. And then for the curve, just apply heat to help it tack down. section, for these two sections here, it's going to be the same thing. You want to start off by aligning it on one end, making sure you're covering the chrome. Once you have it tacked down, continue on with installing the rest of the film and just using the bottom half, the bottom portion of the grill as a guide to have it aligned. That way you're only covering up to where the chrome ends. And you just continue until you get to this end, and just make sure you're still covering the chrome from the bottom and from the top as well. You might end up doing some stretching to reach the other half here, but as long as everything else is aligned, you should be good. And just start tacking down after you ensure that everything's aligned. And we're gonna do the same cutouts that we've been doing for the other trims. Just look for the pointy edge, look for the other pointy edge, trim off, and just help it tack down. And then apply heat on every curved section. Okay, so for the last piece, which is this piece right here, it's going to be 3 separate pieces. So the middle one, and then the 2 edges. So with this one, you could align it from either end. Just make sure you reach it up to the edge, and also make sure you have enough material to cover the top piece of the chrome and enough to cover the bottom piece as well. So for this one, just tack it down right in the middle like this, just so you can have enough space to work around. And just follow the alignment from the top piece. That way the rest of the film just tacks down underneath the chrome. Once you place it, tack it down, secure the top piece, and then secure the middle piece. And then start tacking it underneath. And you can start using heat, that way the adhesive activates and you're able to curve the film underneath the chrome. Wherever you start off the installation, on the other end, you are going to have excess material, so that material, just trim it off. Find the cutout and then just trim off. Okay, and then for this piece, it's the same thing. It's just making sure you cover the chrome and you're giving yourself enough room to cover the top as well. So like that, tack it down. If you need to lift, you can. And it should cover everything, and it will overlap on this piece just for a bit, but you could trim it off just so it matches the cutout of the grill here. And then you would just do the same cutouts here on this edge and then here on this edge. And then start tacking it down. This part too, start tacking it down. Bring this piece, this cutout down to the curve, and then we're gonna apply heat to help this section here tack down to the curve. And you just rinse and repeat the steps we did for this one onto the other side. Okay, so that concludes the installation video for the chrome deletes for the front grille for the 2017 Toyota Highlander. We hope that this video helped you guys out with the installation. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. That way you don't miss any upcoming installation videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.